So my name is Deborah Goins, and I'm an instructional designer for the College of Arts and Sciences. And I'm going to break away from everyone else's norm here because I'm not actually going to use a PowerPoint slide. So hopefully you'll find that to be refreshing. But what I wanted to talk to you about was the use of your syllabus as a tool for assisting your students to be successful in your course. So one of the first lessons and assignments that we had in the Online Essential course was that we really needed to think about the importance of designing our syllabus to engage our students so that they would be successful in the course. And the key to doing that was by designing a well-formatted, clear syllabus. And the first thing that you want to do when you think about your syllabus and its design is to think of its heading structure. And so when you're using headings, it's a way for you to highlight the key points of your syllabus or your long document that you create as a contract for your students. And by creating heading styles, then a student would easily be able to navigate through the key elements of that syllabus in order to find the key points that you want to bring out in the course. By creating our syllabus with headings, it also makes our document accessible because headings can be used by screen readers and text-to-speech tools in order for a student, even if they are not able to see the document, to be able to find key information within our document. So how do we do that? So for Microsoft Word, the first thing you want to do is just type up the information, the text that's going to be part of your syllabus. Then you want to locate the section that is going to be a heading and select an area within that section. Then you are going to, within the tab area of your Word document, locate the group called Styles, and then you're going to select what heading you would like for that section to be tagged as. So you notice here that I've selected this to be heading 1. And I'm going to demonstrate how we can do this within this document as an example. So just locating the different sections, heading 1 is going to be our top level heading, followed by heading 2 and heading 3, and then so on. So here we are identifying our segments or sections of our document. Now, if we were to look at this document using the navigation pane, we would see that what we're basically doing is creating an outline of our document. So in order to see this navigation pane, we're going to switch over to the View tab. Then we are going to locate the Show group and select Navigation pane. So you'll notice how Microsoft will display on the left-hand panel the navigational structure of this particular document based on these heading styles that we have set up. Now let me show you a better example of how this really works with your syllabus. Here we have an example of a well-formatted syllabus such as you might want to have for your students at the beginning of a semester. This syllabus has been designed with heading styles. Again, if we look from the View tab into the Navigation pane, we see that outline view that I mentioned before. So what is the advantage of this? Our students can quickly navigate through this document, finding the key elements that they are searching for. Again, if they're using an assistive device such as a screen reader or text-to-speech software, then they're able, instead of reading the document from top to bottom every time, they're able to get the information quickly, and it's easier for them to stay on task with the key elements that you're wanting them to learn. Now, we can take this same idea and apply it to a Canvas page and be able to set up those heading structures with tabs. So here we have an example of a syllabus that was created in Canvas, and these headings are now hyperlinked tabs. Let me make this just a little bit smaller so you can see the page a little bit better. So the information that we want to provide within each one of those major headings are now tabs for our students to be able to easily navigate through. So no longer do they have to scroll through this huge, long page of information, but they can navigate and quickly get into the area that they want to and understand what the information is for that particular area and locate it. So how do you do this? I have created the code that we will be able to share with you through Canvas Commons with Global Campus in order for you to just simply copy and paste the basic code that I have set up and use it as your starting point. So let me share that code with you. Give me just a second here. Easy. No, so the top part of the code is what creates the tabbed heading section. So you'll notice that we have identifiers called fragments. Those fragments are what set up the tabs themselves. So we have fragments 1 through 6, and then we have what is included for the labeling of that particular tab. So for instance, we have the instructor information was the first tab, then we had course information, course elements, and so on. So we enumerated the fragments 1 through 6. Then the second part is to identify what's going to be within that section. We do this with what is called a division ID, a division or section. So we have div ID for fragment number 1, and then the content that would have been within that section. And we do this for each one of our sections. Now, the good news is you don't have to memorize any code in order to be able to use my code, because all you'll have to do is simply copy and paste it. So let me show you. I'm going to take this page, and I'm going to copy the code, and then I'm going to create a new page. I'm going to go to the Pages tool in Canvas, and I'm going to create a new page. I'm going to give my page a name. Let's call it Course Syllabus. That sounds appropriate, right? Now, I just need to get to the back side of this page where the code is hitting. It's going to be in the HTML editor. And then I'm simply going to paste that code into the HTML editor and save the page. Voila. So you can see, again, we have tabs. And each section contains information for that part of our syllabus. Now, on this particular section, I just left a marker, a header marker, for where you're going to actually paste in that information, like, for instance, the course instructor information. You'll paste that information in your syllabus. In order to do that, you're just going to click on Edit, highlight where it says Add your text anywhere between this paragraph, and paste. Once you save it, then you'll have your information that will display there. Well, we have questions.
Is this doable on the syllabus page on Canvas, or does it have to be on Pages?
A very good question. It's also available in the Syllabus tool. That same section that you just copy and paste, you just switch over to your HTML editor, paste this code in. Again, not only do I make this code available for you, but also that sample syllabus that I showed you as a Word document, we make that available to you in Canvas Commons. So if you do want access to that, within Canvas, the Canvas Commons link, if you click on it, and in the search box, you're going to search for Kansas State University. And University, and you're looking for Kansas State University Global Campus Online Course Shell. And you'll be able to copy that, and you'll have access to that. However, if you do need help, you can visit with someone at ITAC or an instructional designer as myself. I'm with the College of Arts and Sciences, or if you're with a college that has it, then you should contact your instructional designer, or if it's an online class, Laura would be happy to help you with Global Campus. Thank you.